者不仅仅只靠我的名句，对，因为我的信念吧，因为我要变成世界第一人。
지금의 는 그래도 이제 청소년기가 조금 지난 그런 사람인 것 같아요. 제 아이젤링 방식 자체가 팀원들이 잘하는 플레이 방식을 약간 돋아주면서 더 잘할 수 있게.
Looking so good.
我觉得他们对于我来说是家人，所以说他们一直的相信，一直的对我的肯定，一直对我的支持，所以说我要做得更棒，所以说不能让他们失望，对于我失望，所以说我。
Так, ну что, ребятки, всем привет, с вами снова Фрест, и сегодня у нас просмотр турнира по Valorant, ребят. SEN играют против команды KC.
Any predictions for a match against Sentinels? So is it nostalgic being back with them? And how do you think it could go?
It's weird to be honest, because it's like happening deja vu, I'd say. Yeah, it's like it's been 3 years. It's been a long time, so yeah, it would be quite cool to face them again and this time to take the win.
Playing against Carmine Corp is definitely going to be tough. Narrate. I already knew he was a strong player when he was playing challengers here in NA. He was putting up really good numbers, even though his team wasn't that strong.
Так, ну что, ребятки, трансляция.
And I think they were extremely well. It just I kind of got unlucky. The teams that qualify from NA are not like the teams that I expected to play for last season. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm here in Carmine Corp, and we're obviously doing way better than those teams I was talking about. To be honest, like revenge is not really on my mind. I'm just really excited to play the NA teams at least, because like, you know, I could have been in their region playing, but now I'm in a different region playing with a new team. NA isn't the only region that can be dominant. There can always be European teams or NA players going to different regions and performing like really well.
Короче, что-то на Тарабарском, ребят. Сейчас дальше будем смотреть, что это.
Zekken is incredible player. I think we've all known this. He's just Zekken.
I would say the difference between 2022 Zekken and right now, I have a lot more experience than I did 2 years ago, and I'm a lot more confident in myself as a player than I was.
Going up against Sentinels will be quite a challenge. They're probably the most dangerous team at
Все, ребят, все чаты вижу.
For me, I don't really think about winning.
Все вижу, все слышу.
I just think about playing the game that's in front of me and learning as I go.
As a whole team, I think Carmine Corp is very strong, but I believe that I can outgrow.
Как футбольные команды уже одеваются. Везде спонсоры, прикиньте. Просто люто. Ну что, вот она, их киберспортивная арена, походу. Да, вот этот масштаб, ребят. Нифига себе, надо дропнуть это срочно в телегу. Ребят, вот это выходы команд, да? В натуре.
One of the biggest matches of Masters Madrid is coming right up. Sentinels versus Carmine Corp. The kickoff winners of their respective regions. NA versus EMEA is a tale as old as Valorant itself. But Mimi, it's matchups like these that signal a whole new chapter of this rivalry.
It absolutely is. Both these teams have massive fan bases behind them, people cheering them on. But for both these squads, they have defined their past failures. At one time, both these squads were the memes of their region, the teams with a lot of clout but no skill. And now they're the two squads defining the meta at the forefront of the VCT with some of the best players in the world.
And just because of that Swiss stage, we get to see them head-to-head today. Maybe some would say a little early, but this is probably one of the matches that people were expecting the most. And not only the people.
Ребят, знаете, опа, Флейм, здорово, здорово. Турнир по Valorant будешь смотреть со мной? А я пока иду еще, хочу заказать.
he's dropping 40k, apparently.
Le bon lapin.
You said it, now you cursed it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This Des, I forget the power that
Чё,
this Des has.
ВМ ушел уже, да?
But, you know,
О,
these two teams, if you told me that we would be seeing this match,
давай, дядь, давай, нормальная тема.
first international event that Valorant has, you would,
А я решил сам посмотрю и с вами посмотрю, как говорится, если захотите, залетайте.
The comeback that both these teams have had. But I think the things to be excited for are, first of all, the map pool. We're starting on split. Sentinels looked unbeatable on this map in Americas, and it was the exact same for Karmine Corp. But they play incredibly different styles, playing the Yoru noise denial comp with this double dive for Karmine Corp, and playing the old standard comp, but just executing on it incredibly well. For Sentinels, this is a map.
Так, хочу пасту карбонару, ребят.
How strong they are at finding the right timings on defense, at making the right calls. This is, in my opinion, the best map for both teams.
Protocols, that is the word, Mimi. Of course, Casey is going to try and disrupt and break the protocols for Sentinels. We need
Так,
to take back
напитки надо, да, посмотреть,
about those
что у нас есть
retakes,
еще.
how good they've been in the region, especially when playing.
А я смотрю, глянь, какая атмосфера, нервы, они все вместе собрались, публично играют, прикидываешь? То есть не в трусах, а вот как надо все.
Kaplan in the press conference last night, he said that this tournament was about prep, was about anti-strat, because there was not a lot of turnaround time for teams to switch up their strats. The issue here is, for Sentinels, 14 hours of prep since their game last
Так,
night.
знаете, что надо? Творог? Нет, творог, ладно, потом.
And on the other hand, Karmine Corp have had a good amount
Надо
of
медовик
time for
купить.
Kang to come up with a counter strat. They're so good at implementing that.
Ooh, and right now, as we're seeing our agent select, we are seeing Martin bringing out the Yoru that we
Медовик, а
talked about.
муравейник.
So that head-to-head we talked about, like, it's going to be a double duelist this time.
I love the fact that we get the double duelist, that we get to see the split, because we're going to see now Raid playing on that duelist. We had enough of the initiator, and this duo also combined with Magnum and how he's going to be initiating and gathering that information is going to be key to the success of Casey.
Everyone's seen Sentinel's comp before, but if you haven't watched Karmine Corp's, the things to look for is how they're pairing the teleports in their comps with audio denial. They have Fade Seize, they have Fade Alt, they have Omen Paranoia. They have all these tools that take away your ears, and then they have Yoru Gate Crashes, Omen TPs to get behind you. They're so dynamic in the way that they double dive on their retakes
торт у
on
них
defense
есть.
and on their attack side hits.
Yeah, exactly. And do not forget about the Astro as well, another key element there.
Well, let's get this match started and bring in your casters. It's Brand and Sideshow.
О, Фероман, здорово, здорово, дядь. А мы смотрим турнирчик. Так что присоединяйся, я еще еду параллельно хочу заказать.
For that straight shot to playoffs. It's all on the line here right now. I mean, we are expecting an absolutely incredible series between these two teams.
Especially given the map pool that we have in front of us. These are the teams playing at the top of their pools. And they're the teams coming from the regions that have lifted trophies in the past. The #1 seeds coming out from Americas and from EMEA. There was no guarantee.
Нет, 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 я же русский комментатор, ребят, сейчас еду, закажу секунду прям.
We set our sights here onto Split, as you've already mentioned. Very good map for both of these teams.
Все, ребят, я вернулся. Еда заказана, да. Все четенько. Так, выходит на мид, чекает и уходит под приемочку Б. Я не помню, что это за карта. Сплит, по-моему, да, называется.
Full utility on the sky, looking to try and play a more defaulty pistol, punish the aggression from KC, which may be happening in mid actually.
Ой-ой-ой, Оумен получает максимальный дамаг себе. Это выходят, раскидывают сейчас.
I was taking a look at Magnum and Martin, who were thinking about getting information over towards B Heaven, but they didn't actually spot that SEN are going for the walk-up.
Contacts on contacts, but a stack of KC.
Да, надо аккуратничать сейчас. КТ.
Triggered Prowler through, along with the decoy. A lot of noise being made.
And the mid-round audible here now. 30 seconds left. SEN were going to accelerate into the A side, but they're worried in case it's some kind of a trap.
Ой-ой-ой, слишком много стволов на него.
Punished, but that is finally going to make the call. Sassy gets the spike down, planted for Heaven.
Exactly so. Now going to be paying close attention to this.
С дефолтным пистолетом, что ли, играет? Смотрите, как четко группой двигаются они.
playing so well around that area, understanding what their opponents want to do.
Absolutely, make the same argument for Carmen Core here. Paranoia being held and primed, ready and waiting was a flash to set that.
Ой-ой, какой минус дает Сен. Сейчас важный минус.
No rebound for Zek and the rest of now Carmen Core willing to just try and take the fight straight through into elbow. It's going to be some ground.
Ой-ой-ой, как Тенс, еще выживший Омен, который был вообще шотный. Сколько, он еще 2 килла сверху дал, прикиньте. Да. Очень четко, очень отыграл Омен сейчас.
There is a meta that's developed over the course of probably the last year or maybe a little more, which is plan for heaven, try to retake heaven control as the post planners, and the retakers are going to end up.
Ля, там трибуны реальные, прикиньте, ребят.
And SEN are so good at anticipating what their opponents want to do and stopping them. Yeah. You see how they sent that flash just to disrupt what was happening. The timings were all perfect.
Sure they can upset some of that. Well, a little bit in the weeds there.
Опа, отрезают даль. Поняли, стеночкой, и все идут в окно, короче. То есть на размен сейчас будут играть. Спину законтролил. И длину все равно с юспом своим чекает. Спина, спина.
This version of them playing split was just the best in the world. And for me personally, it looks awesome, but you have to see it tested at an event like this.
Ой-ой-ой, Сен дает минус.
Teams like KC, for example, before you can make claims like that.
This might be one of the biggest tests they've ever had. Carmen Core still danger here, even though they are on an eco round. You never want to count this team out, especially with how drilled they are. Look at them playing together, piece together, but so are Sentinels, always side by side, not leaving any gaps, nothing to chance.
Дядь, так я все понимаю, ты чё? Просто атака филигранно отыгрывает, вообще занимает точки, потом ждет пуш. Ой-ой, смотрите, с его места запомнили на... Тем более, одна из моих любимых карт. Фанаты там за SEN разрывают, ребят, прикиньте.
But here we go. KC with rifles back online and Sentinels with a great buy themselves. Second picks up the judge.
Да, пока не получается принимать. О. Я, если честно, уже за SEN болею. Мне их игра так понравилась. Хотя и KC тоже неплохо двигаются, ну то есть так образцово-показательно. Просто ворвался с дробашом. Все, до свидули. Че, 4-2?
Comical forced to slow it down now, side by side. Narrate and Shin going to be holding hands through this one, but they've got a lot to chew through.
This one way that Shin's looking to pop, very difficult for the post planners to deal with. Celsius goes for a peek early on, trying to play Zekken in.
It's a bit of that information, yet close to Raptors, close to the corner. Narrate plucks him out. Now brings it to the 2v2 with an aid rebounding.
Идет КС к тому, чтобы раздефьюзить спайк.
Celsius just the one and done. Shin.
Watch. Успел. Прикинь, как у него сердечко сейчас вот так вот. Baby Dragon, здорово. Прикиньте, как у него сердечко вот так чисто, короче, сейчас вырывается вообще. Он затащил просто. Клатч взял. Показали бы его на камеру, да? Они же там все в зале сидят. Ля, он разошелся, он в следующих раундах начал. Вот он. Поняли? Он сейчас на плюс морали. О, это их фаны взорвались.
Just to back out in case it's necessary. Sentinels opting for a much slower beginning, a bit of spam exchanged. Led Halen down on either side.
And Casey's retakes have been fantastic. Both of these teams.
Ну, такая сферка красивая, да?
But Sentinels will try and force the fights before that's even a possibility.
Flash. Chance for the repeat nades. Gonna fly straight past each other. Zekken, he's already way further ahead than anticipated.
Ой, как он отпушил до этого, типа вниз заставил сбежать просто. Просто филигранно.
It just ruins what Casey are going for.
Mechanical ability off the charts. Tomsey feeling the heat, turned up, sent out the paranoia, but now backs away. Trying to play for the life. Giving up heaven control, gives up B as a result, but maybe might be able to just pick him apart from the side here. Is he going to get lucky with a few stray bullets? Not quite. Sassy. Minor bruises, basically. It's going to be that plant down now with 5 players up and kicking. Martin holding that flash out wide. Magnum not expecting it, not anticipating it. Showstopper now earned.
This is what I'm talking about. Sen forcing the fights before the retake can even happen. The swing timing there from Zekken was excellent. It shut this retake down before it could even begin. And Casey were getting so many of these 4v5 round wins against FPX because FPX would, I mean, to be kind to them, throw it away. And Sen are just not going to do that. If they get up early, they have the discipline and the player strength.
Все чекает, каждый угол.
Working on that since October. Both of these teams grinding away in separate regions. But I think one of the biggest things that we're seeing here,
Жестко отыгрывают ребята.
both of these times, is that he's just disrespecting the Prowlers. He knifed one of the Prowlers, got through and managed to get a kill with the judge. And then this time,
just run straight past him.
Narrate thinks there that the Prowler's got a tag onto somebody, I think, or at least he's putting pressure on someone and giving him space to be able to swing. That is not the case. Zekken was so ready for that. He's 7-1 on a
Конечно, Юр, конечно.
Dominating.
Чуть им не хватает, да? До нашего уровня. Ты же это хотел сказать, дядь?
Playing its part here. All the Sentinels players looking warmed up and ready. B main control. It's going to be the name of the game. So Sentinels are giving it basically for free, just the one snake bite in exchange for that one.
Какие у них пушки покупают?
This time Zekken moves his way over towards B main. Tomaji might have gotten a
Там вандалы и фантомы одни.
Yeah, as soon as he spots that one, paranoia. Good to send that one out, yeah. Actually fantastic, but still close to the corner. Ducks and weaves. How the hell is he getting that?
Просто -3, -4. Что это, эйс будет, ребятки? Нихера себе. Просто люто -4 ворвался, дал.
And that's the big thing, right? Once you start to get momentum like this was only a bit of an anti-eco round. Casey still had 3 rifles, if you want to call the Bulldog a rifle as well. But
видите, сколько они шифтами ходят? А вы говорите, я кемпер. Смотрите, как профессионалы ходят шифтами, ребята. Учитесь у Фреста. Смотрите его стримы по Валоранту. Вообще не топают.
And this is all before we get to see SEN playing on the defense side, where I think they've also looked spectacular. In fact, might have looked better if you were thinking about how you weigh up their.
Что, не пошли его искать, да? Он там вообще зашкерился в другом конце карты, видели? Сейвит. Потому что у них вообще беда с деньгами сейчас будет. Роман, я хотел сейчас эту штуку посмотреть, а потом вечерком можно и поиграть.
Yeah, and another opportunity for Sentinels to mix some stuff up. Zekken, by the way, still 10-1, still yet to be punished more than one time. He's dominating.
Absolutely frying.
And this looks like once more the pressure's going to come towards mid. And Martin and Magnum have been trying to get aggressive in this area. They just haven't found the opportunities.
Ёлки-палки.
Attempt to take an early fight there, but Carmencore looking a little bit out of sync with the high low, but Martin.
Под смог поджал. А че это такой красивый смог лежит? До того у меня смог. И Зен разминает. Да. 2 в 1 выходят они сейчас из этой битвы, так сказать. И смотрите, как они на шифтах зашли уже на апленд. Пройдут также на шифтах апленд, их никто не услышит.
Are they aware how deep John and Tens are?
It seems like it. Look at that narrate, watching for the avenue as a game of time is, but he is going to be granted one. No way! Walk straight into him. Should have.
Он знал уже, понимаешь, они даже.
He's got so much more to do now. Perfect paranoia. That's 10 setting his team up, but will there be anything to capitalize? It's him himself. The other one who follows through, man.
Absolute dismantling so far.
Один что ли, 1 в 4 или 1 в 3?
It looked like Narrate had it. His crosshairs in the
1
right
в
place,
3.
but I don't think he anticipated the timing being that quick. And this puts an enormous burden onto Magnum and Tamaji.
Опасно вообще. А, по сути, их 2 в 3, 2 в 3, ребят. 2 в 1 остались. Все, я тупил. 2 в 3 было, а не 1 в 3.
Really looking like just the mid-round calling. The ideas initially off the rip, even when KC seemed to get that minor advantage.
Капец эти киберспортсмены донатеры, да?
No, they are absolutely crushing them right now in every department. These are the kind of banger matchups.
Да, SEN разваливает там.
When one team just, when you haven't had the opportunity to experience how the two clash and collide, you don't exactly know which way it's going to go. And when you see it play out like this, you're like, wow, this is spectacular, the way that SEN are just handling everything that KC are throwing at them. But I also feel like KC are not actually being able to define the tempo at any point in these rounds. Maybe this, and an eco round where they can take more risks, could be the one.
This is the time to do it. Peeking wide, Shin will respect it now. Shows presence though, so SEN are going to be wanting to re-clear B main just in case.
Смотрите, как они хопа-хопа сместились обратно. Тут их уже навряд ли ждут под выходом под Б. Но все ходят на шифтах. Никто не ни за атаку, ни за этот. Никто не бегает, не прыгает. Смотрите, они тупо шифтуют. Пол игры могут ходить на шифтах и выигрывать раунды эти. Красивая, да, вот эта штука? Это кто ж такую кидает? Зекин. Ой-ой-ой, как он его вышел, тот с флешкой стоит, прикиньте. Четенько, да, получается, минусок дает, и тут выход под Б начался. 2 в 4, уже 4 в 4 сейчас будут принимать Б. Ну, какой раунд они берут, ребят. Там с ульты это подружание двоих убило. Прикиньте, жестко. Как он с разворота, да? Вообще очень четко дал. Минус 2 с фантома сейчас. Болельщики в шоке. Ой, ребят, сорян. Зевота. Все чекает, все равно. Он понимает там по вот этой вот штуке, которая взорвалась впереди, да? Что может уже отошел, но все равно все чекает. У него право Омен смотрит, он может в окно смотреть. Но все равно мид не отпускают, никого в спину не хотят.
Shin is looking very isolated on the A site. Narrate's trying to get into a position where he could help him. Now gets smoked off. That's going to be a danger signal. Alarm bells ringing.
Yep, Tens, ult. Does this a lot to just try and gather that information.
They're going the other way.
Like what he sees, yeah, going.
Опа, опа, опа.
Still ready here to meet them. Close to the corner. Martin has to do more than that, but he still gets the one kill for him. And B main control is there with Thomas. He smokes himself off now. Pouring into the side of Sentinels. 20 seconds left. Nightfall. Paranoia near sighted. Spike. Drop down. Carmen Core.
Ёлки-палки.
And there's no way for Sen to bail themselves out. That is Carmen Core again in complete control.
Тенс. А, Тенс. Это он играет за этот. Скажи, я скажу. За Сен.
Gave KC good info. Now they could have been miles away from the play if they decided to commit A there into Shin, who was not, you know, in screens.
Сейчас подождем. Тап. Да, я уже понял, дядь.
Zekken ult online though to try and get things back in the hands of Sentinels.
Контрят все скиллы. Да, счет 3-5. Вот он, Тенс был. Выходят Б сейчас активно. Сен. Ой-ой-ой. Кейси. Что происходит? Минус от Тенза. Как он ушел сейчас от смерти верной. Ой, что-то происходит, а? Не выпускают. Кейси они, Сен дает минус. Кейси минус, размен. И Магнума убивают, и Мартин остается 1 в 1. 1 в 1, да. Ждет не там немножко, он справа находится, может... А, опять 2 в 2. Я опять не вижу одного игрока, прикинь. Да, мы бы их вынесли. Не смогли план поставить, прикиньте. Но Кейси сейчас такой раунд берут, дядь. Яри, Кейси еще могут удивить конкретно, понимаешь?
KC have won 3 rounds in a row to get themselves back into this. It looked dominant for Sentinels, but they have lost their grip on this map so far. Oh, here we go, the paranoia play.
Yeah, Dimensional Drift sets it up as well, pinged out a multitude of targets. Martin,
too many.
Exited out, yeah.
Far too many for Martin to deal with.
Ой, тут от Сейджа вот эта штука неприятная. Ой, Тенс, нормально, он зашел в спину. Убил двойника. Карбонару везут, дядь. Еще не приехал, давай глянем сейчас. Я заказал. Смотрите, они сгруппировались и тупо шифтуют. Представляете, просто, чтобы никакой инфы по ним не было. Так, везем заказ. Будет у вас через 9 минут. Так, сейчас я посмотрю, там не курьер пришел, а только кто-то стучался. Да, уже.
Surely somebody is going to be watching for this.
Spike planted.
Surely, right, but doubled up.
Now this is where the Astro could be useful. Not going to be comboed, obviously, with Martins.
It's all about his crossfire setup. First point of contact, close to hell. It's John QT. Boombot will clear him.
And actually,
feels his position up top. Celsius takes the fight.
Oh, it was all trying to distract as well for Shin to get this timing. And now I fear it is simply too late.
Realizes it, not even going for it, despite the money. Obviously, two of his players still basically brought down to zero, but you can feel the
Карбонара
tension.
приехала, ребят. В перерыве между катками обязательно возьму. А пока сладенькая рулетики. О, тоже вкуснота, Ярик. Я бы сейчас тоже похавал. Если вести начинают. Жестко, жестко отыгрывает.
Like I said, they tried to adjust the tempo there, but I feel like everything they've been doing in the early round, SEN have had the advantage.
Пацаны, кстати, на спокойном.
To play patiently and slowly with their composition when you don't have a cipher or a killjoy or something like that giving you information.
Ярик, потом чекнем после турнира.
Necessitates, I think, as well some of those aggressive plays that you see. Because otherwise you're starved of that mid-round information. You don't have a clue really where players might be landing.
О, круто.
Rounds go late. That seems to be where Carmine Court are favored.
Это четко, соглашусь.
On to our 11th round, and this only the first time out that either of the coaching staffs has taken.
Right.
Yeah, playing things, you know, trusting their team, even when they
Тут будут перерывы между катками. Мы успеем.
So Eng is now going to have his input. The only head coach at this event who's won a Masters before, which is madness, but that shows you how new a lot of these teams, rosters, coaches are to the big stage here at Madrid. It was a very unusual qualification process. It does feel a little bit like a new era of VALORANT, if indeed they can win out against the old guard, of which SEN, frankly, are kind of representing the old guard here. Sassy, Zelsis, Tens, all been to very many of these Masters events or ones that happened a long time ago.
Не, я вообще не шарю за него.
Young and spry looking to try and take a big scalp early, but got to offset this disadvantage in the rounds. A flash repeat through, stun, a little bit too late. Martin rips the head clean off Zekin's shoulders.
Ой, жестко.
I mean, a massive fight there. Comboing the Prowlers with the Boombot, so they have even more utility to try to stop Zekin from entering. That's the first time they've actually blunted the tip of the spear.
Flash connects, second one used now, Sassy, no more left available to him, sees.
That is a big seize.
Does connect, yeah. Stops him in his tracks for just a moment, smoke.
А почему? Ну, фиговая вот эта судьба. Что, с командами не везет?
Putting the fear of God into them. I think Thomasy just setting that one down, but they realize backside is going to be cleared.
Ребят, SEN еще за атаку продолжает. А, 6-4 все-таки SEN ведет.
Oh my, it's almost perfect. Thomasy though, he's got the escape. Planned down at the back of his head, just the TP away, having control, not giving up at all. TP, heard by Tens, breaks it. No funny business allowed. The rate already in, leading the charge and through the back, twisting and turning. Tens, he's brought back up, but it's a 1v3. And now he's got to weave and dodge and juke. Diffuse, being stuck by Shin, half on it already. Too much to deal with, surely it is.
Looked impressive there, that spray control. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried for a moment. But Shin had it under control, and frankly, the numbers just a little too much there for Tens to deal with. What a retake from KC. That's probably the first one where we've seen them have a proper execute on that. They really nicely come out of this timeout with two big.
Типа он хотел, чтобы он в VALORANT залетел, а не в КС.
In the way that Zekin was dominating them in those first 6 rounds. And the other to be able to set up a clean B retake there. Cosmic Divide, the flash through with the double blast pack, perfection. They have a chance to be able to tie this up at the half.
А, он тренером стал, понял.
Wouldn't that be something after that blister and pace that SEN have just come out of gates with? But almost equalized.
And with a major tool
Они выиграли турнир.
with regards to Narrate's ultimate. We've seen Sentinels run some of these slow rounds. And in fact, it was a bit of an eco when Narrate used his showstopper before to be able to get success.
Presence.
Блин, жестко.
By SEN here. Usually there's a player following up. Usually Zekin with the Trailblazer.
Ну, конечно, команда не тренировалась, не он собирал состав.
So I think they can be fairly sure that that isn't where Zekin's going for. Martin.
Опять SEN дает минуса на 5-4. Продолжается игра.
Theft as well. So info gathered. Notice anchoring spot, but what do they choose to commit into? A call again made to just contact through.
It's you do not want to give a timing here for Narrate to pop his ult.
That's what it comes down to.
Ой-ой-ой, как четенько прям.
Bounding. Satchels now in towards the back of the side. Shin! Nasty! Anchoring position! And that's 3 in a round. Rocket might not even be necessary. Narrate.
Теперь 2 в 4 остается SEN, ребята. И сейчас нужно постараться. Ой-ой-ой. Нехило, да?
Not there with a paranoia, blind as a bat. 6-6 for Carmen Core. What a return to equalize.
Incredible comeback, powered by an excellent time.
Может, его специально взяли на него все грехи свалить. Слушай, ну жестко. Он, да. Гранат прям под него кинули, так тоже прикольно. Нафиг он туда так застрейчевал. Ой, застрейчевал. Стрейфовал и умер по итогу. Так, 2 минуты пауза, ребятки. Я успею карбонарку сделать, не обессудьте. Я думаю, вам по кайфу будет тоже со мной. Если еще по плямке.
Going into the match. I just think about playing the game that's in front of me and learning as I go, because obviously our team is a very young team, so it's really important for us to just learn from every match. I didn't really have any doubts about whether or not I'd make it to the international stage. For me, I don't really think about winning or losing, but me personally, like every game that we played in EMEA, I just felt like we couldn't lose.
Flying here, but again, no connections. Martin towards the back, trying to go wide here with a dizzy. Narrate is on one, man. He's on one. Almost there for the ace, but 4 kills eventually shut down in the end, but 7-0.
Merci to the French fans. I appreciate everybody for coming out. It's incredible that so many French fans come to Madrid just to watch us play a video game. It's really an incredible thing, and I can't thank you guys more.
Arena certainly filling up with quite a lot of that. The cheers from the blue wall. You can hear it building, emanating.
And with all of the success that Zekken had on the attack side playing Raze, now our eyes are going to look towards Narrate, who you just heard from, and Martin together. The double-pronged tip of the spear. Does that make it more of a fork, I suppose, the Carmen Core 2-pronged fork? But Carmen Core's composition, the double duelist, I think it does look better on the attack side and the retakes. You know, not so much in that mid-round battle on defense. But they weathered the storm. They won 5 out of the latter 6 rounds to be able to tie this one up. And now we get our second part of this big discussion. The things are even here. It resets. We know that Sentinel's retakes have looked unbelievably good. Does Carmen Core offer them the opportunities? Are they able to get advantages early on? What does this half look like?
Что, Фрес с вами?
Familiar scenes from the previous half of how slow going it was just off the rip.
All of this is all just a fake.
Так, уже игра идет вовсю. Ой, там сейчас пропадет смог, и там начнется заруба, влетает КС. Зекин разменивает их. Хорошо же подстраховал свою команду, разменял.
Tens still with paranoia, so they still have flash nade to be able to put pressure on these elbow players. Martin, though, is very far away. Do they anticipate this?
Miles away. Exactly what they needed. Triples are broken. They're walking all the way in again. Tens opens himself up, just showing himself at the back.
Есть инфа, что прошел в пленте. Но тут приемка жесткая сейчас будет. Не попадает в спину Зен, прикиньте. За Тенса убивают, спину не расстрелял. Очень жестко. Какая она поломанная. Ну, может быть, да. Ну, в целом вкусно. Спасибо большое. Она ж покупная.
That pistol means so much. You were tied 6-6.
По вкусу прям обалденно.
For, I think, the first time in this map.
Бекончик и сливочки. Ну, короче, все четко. Я ее не ломаю. Нет, ты не понял. Это макароны уже после варки поломались. Так-то они вот такие. Вон, маки нормально все. Так что этот. А я просто вот так вот, как пасту беру. Накручиваю, вот так получается. Вот это реакция. Там микродюйм вообще видно было.
Surely no danger though in the round.
I don't believe so. I think these players are just going to look to die to spike. They do not want to start the ult cycle going for KC. It's disciplined. It's a good call.
Yeah. Not enough time there. Everybody going down.
Martin did actually manage to pick up a kill, but
Весь Зен погиб, прикиньте. Жестко.
Be a pretty dry bonus round with some good weaponry.
Кто именно?
But no danger particularly coming from the ultimate side of things.
Enter. А, Enter, я понял.
Really rely on too many of their set play ideas here. They threw kind of one in, two, I suppose. The B retake and then that aggression with the
Так а что ты Энтером делаешь?
But on their attack side, we could still see a lot of new stuff that KC have cooked up for Masters Madrid.
KC being one of the more creative teams that we've got at this event, really innovating in terms of just the compositions. Even ways to counter strat. Up through there with a flash prowler. Right through the snake bite. They do not care, and Ten's just taking a peek there from heaven. Punished. Celsius spotted. Boombot lucky. He gets away, hightailing it, but guess what? Right behind him is Narrate.
Ну, я бы сейчас еще одну пошел съел.
Celsius also looking for information, seeing if he can catch somebody. It's a little worrying here if John
Жесткая ситуация для SEN. Поворачивается, конечно. Ну, тут есть нормальный минус. И есть инфа, что они там. С двух сторон очень четко принимают сейчас SEN. Есть инфа, куда перемещаются враги. Но сейчас 3 в 2. У SEN больше шансов сейчас взять этот раунд, и будет счет 8-7.
John's ready. This fight is so important. Unbelievable. He wins that. 4 HP and a dream.
And now look how far away they are.
They are miles away, but they know it. It's going to be playing.
Ну, Солянчик.
So they can get a jog on and get a move on.
Oh, we missed it.
Magnum, he missed it. Has to stick it again for the plant. Luckily, time to spare. Horn thrown. But that's a critical mistake, honestly. He might not have time now to reposition. Backing.
Я понял.
Through Satchel in the back. And that's just good comms.
Тут везде что-то есть просто, поэтому самый оптимальный вариант у меня вебку тут держать. Да, SEN потащили этот раунд, 8-7, но были на волосок, так сказать, могли сейчас и зафейлить.
Now John's aim, fantastic, and the spray control too to be able to pick up the second is ridiculous. But KC are going to need to have super tight play if they want to be able to keep this advantage.
Под Б, они что ли хотят фастануть сейчас на Б? Давайте посмотрим, если это раш будет. Интересно посмотреть. Я еще здесь рашей прямых таких прямолинейных не видел у команд. Топ-фрагер? Это что такое? Топ-фрагер? А, когда тап нажму, давайте я скажу. Ой-ой-ой, и туда прям...
Both of these teams trying to disrupt that retake potential, and it's only just equalizing now 4-2-4. How does this get played? Into the post plant, players close up, into the position still with the paranoia available. Flash through, now the paranoia, it's there, spraying forwards, gate crash.
Ой-ой-ой, какой минус от Тенза. Понял? Нормально он, да?
kicking into the back of the side is Magnum tucking, dodging, weaving, tens forwards. This is relentless.
Просто выбивают жестко. Вначале отдали Б-плен, потом выбили обратно. Согласен, так счет еще 8-8, дядь, еще минимум получается у нас 5 раундов.
But in terms of just also the duels won, I mean, Tens is swinging. Not completely alone, but certainly going to try to take the 1v1s, and they're winning them. So now the score is 8-8, but the economic advantage in favor of SEN. KC can't buy. SEN have ults. Prime to take the lead back.
По факту.
Closely matched. Such a high degree between these two teams here.
Zeltis got spotted by the Prowler.
Yep, spotted, horned, cleared. He needs some help here. Decoy forwards. Showstopper relieved from Zekken. That was just to try and spot that one player. He's got a timing. He's right past them. Ships in the night. All the way through. Shin wins it out, but still the follow-up there from Tens. Hopping across the box. This man is just hunting them down.
And if that fight in mid had gone slightly better, Narrate's timing might have been worth something. But now is stuck in a 1v4.
Ярик не понял, в смысле в двух местах сразу?
And they pick it up. Sentinels deal with that. It was scrappy, but they came out to the good in mid. That was absolutely
Нормально, да. Четкая шутка. Заметьте, у них тут, по-моему, зетки и неонки, таких персонажей вообще нет, да? Это ж запись, Ярик. Ты раскрыл нас. А этих нет, я их забуду. Нету ни у кого джетки. А, я про игру. Я не знаю, не должно быть банов.
The decision making to do that so quickly and land it and not get caught with utility in your hands.
Сейчас 4 в 5. Осталась команда EC. И под Б они идут. Но это будет 100% выход Б. Без фейков, без всего. Жесткая приемочка под флешечку. И понимают, что Б уже команда начинает стягиваться с аплента сюда. Смотрите, что происходит. Йору в спину заходит. Прикиньте, они вчетвером уже под Б. Йору уже чистит аплент. Сейчас будет чистить. Ой, разминулись они, прикиньте. Сенсей, понял. Ой-ой-ой, просто приняли, просто. Ну что, 1 в 5? Маловероятно, там спайк у них, все они законтролят. Только сейвить остается. Жестко, ребят, Сен просто без шансов. Грамотно все законтролили, Сайфер даже вернулся, прикиньте. Ребят, 9-8. 9-8. Сен выходит вперед. Ну, было бы прикольно. Прикиньте, у меня там шоколадные конфеты были, это он их так помял. Ребят, прикиньте. Я не понял, да он, это антистресс какой-то, похоже на конфету, дядь. Я про это. Так, сейчас я как раз пауза у нас. Я сейчас вернусь, ребят.
through was presumably a bit of the higher seed.
And that's dodging the other sharks in the water.
Oh yeah, that lower, I mean, we call it a lower bracket, but I mean, the losing teams, there are no bad teams at this event.
Nah. So Casey here have some ultimates that might end up making the difference. Martin could get the Dimensional Drift online this round and cook something really interesting up. We're not counting Karmine Corp out by any means, but SEN are favored here. And look, Zekken with the op.
Yep. Adjusting. Nails a shot straight into Narrate. Backing away here with the Paranoia. Has to respect the TP. Through into the back of the site. Karmine Corp going to be given this one. What's the call now? Grouped up. Looks like it. Ready to try and take this fight. Shorty. Close. Flash. Satchel. Great movement. Zekken is blinded up entirely there. Couldn't see a bloody thing. And I also have another go of it! What a snap! And what an adjustment! A rifle for your troubles. And now the fight taken straight to them! They can't withstand it. This kind of pressure is way too much. And even Shin spotted out. Poor Shin.
That is an amazing round from Zekken. And the setup from the rest of his team there too. Tens throws a Paranoia through for him to be able to blast back onto them. Insane value from the blast backs. He's full blind when he decides to use the one to disengage.
Get the hell out of here.
And then goes back in with the shorty. And that's following up on that blind.
Punishing the aggression, the game plans of Karmine Corp. Picked apart, plucked apart, the threads are unraveling.
And this round, it's a must-win for KC. Rifles, ults, they have it all.
Now's the time to offload all of them. Gotta get your head back in the game. Gotta try and stand a chance. But we're big enough sense defensive sides here. Flash connects, giving that information forwards. Dimensional Drift gonna be clearing out that site, so it gives Karmine Corp the go-ahead. They know it's now fully cleared out. Straight bullet. Sassy, a kill trip. Set that one up. Rocket forward.
Так, игра продолжилась, блин, сорянчик без меня, да, тут.
Dodging away from it. Fuse running out. Second damage. Big damage.
SEN ведут уже 11-8.
Broken. No gate crash for you, but still. In the back lines here. Flash repeat of Martin seeking to do some damage and take some risks, potentially tear away a couple of these players because they are disadvantaged. And this is SEN looking all the way now, set up for that 12th round. It's going to have to be hero moments. It's going to have to be individuals putting up big performances. Another flash. It's perfection. It clears them out.
Ой-ой-ой.
One player left to stand. It's Shin.
It's just not possible, man. There's just absolutely no way he can hold on.
Дефьюзер, прикиньте.
Retake utility there was perfect. There is no other word to describe it. They put pressure over towards ramp, grab a kill. They back off. They dog out through heaven. They had this kill trip to be able to set up at the start too. They then have another Paranoia to layer on top of it. As they blast pack into elbow, that catches onto Martin. So many waves of things. And KC's post-plant aggression cannot find any timing. They can't,
Это что, ребят?
they can't stop it.
Матчпоинт.
The war train keeps on going. 6 rounds in a row have taken SEN from losing to map point.
It's all in from Karmine Corp.
Так, посмотри на моих стримах.
This is it.
Я делаю точно так же, дядь.
Really forcing out the nade. Second, the timing through the wall. Paladin spots him, and the race finished. Run and gun. Drive by, going wide. Anger in position of Sassy. A safety in numbers, and numbers are arriving, but he doesn't need them. Sassy, this man's in a class of his own when he's really on fire. And once more, poor Shin.
Ой.
Still over the things, but that is Sentinels leading the charge and leading this.
Все, карту выиграли, ребят. SEN выиграли карту.
What outrageous dominance in the second half. The first, full credit to KC. They came back into it and made a go of that. They really did. But when SEN got onto defense, there was no stopping them.
One of the scariest teams out there, of course. An absolutely electric first map and even more to come.
Вот эта сессия, которая минус в последнем раунде сделал, кстати. Я понял, за кого-то.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. You're going to be able to fight this.
О, вы поняли? Это реклама тренировок Аима своего. Aimlabs надо бы скачать, да? Давай. Сейчас. Сейчас, момент. Это сверну. Так, Discord. Давай сейчас чекнем. Видос от Ярика.
Let's finish all that vodka. Fuck it. Ah. Ah. Сука! Ah, сука, vodka. Oh my god.
Бля. По факту, Ярик, по факту. Что за качество? Это какие года?
Two middle. One man. Two main coming out. One shot. Onto yellow one. Oh no!
Yes, I'm coming.
Игра, кстати, еще более-менее похожа на CS 1.6 еще. Варенчик, привет. Мы вообще турнир по VALORANT тут смотрим. Но это видео пауза. Спасибо большое. Ля. Перестрелял. Хорошая реакция. Но убивает он их жестко, я бы сказал. Угу. Нормально. На стриме по обзору Valorant смотрим мувики с CS, ребят. А что такое фликать? Фликать. Так, ну что, возвращаемся к турниру. Я надеюсь, там пауза уже у них Так, сейчас. О, да, Артем. Алло, алло, да. Так. Давай я тебе сейчас номер Рамиля скину тогда и свяжешься, ладненько, с ним. А ты уже все? Туда едешь? Я понял, понял. Ну все, хорошо, давай, сейчас я тебе номер Рамиля скину. Давай. Так, сейчас, ребят. Так, ребята, а я тут. Все.
Perfect timing, because you see, the second that trade
О, тут
happens,
обзор уже
KC
игры.
has the same idea. Players are coming back ramp, they're re-clearing this
Блинчик,
stage.
нет, это у меня OnePlus 11.
Makes it all the way through, and as you look at your map again, the players are being called back into A, actually making noise when they run through here, which means that KC has players ready to fight on ramp, but that's not the priority. Instead, it's all going to come down to this flank. I'll speed us through again, so we get to this flank being activated. That's a great kill by Tens, but now...
Так, Ярик, ты предлагаешь еще один видос. Давайте я тогда найду сейчас. Давайте вот это вот посмотрим, ребят. Так, видно же, да, все. Да.
The fake walkthrough site has got
Просто зашел в план,
prикиньте.
прикиньте.
New Yoru. Awesome Joey here. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment below which brand new Yoru play was the most unique for a chance to win $10 via PayPal.
Sage is up top on a wall. Main box. No, she's up top again.
I stand with what I said in the past. Yoru's flashes are my favorite. They're so versatile that you can use them in so many situations with ease.
Опа, в ульте.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Time to jump. Fake teleport. Oh, let's go!
Переиграл, ребят. Слушайте, какая огромная сфера, стена точнее. Для вообще.
Whoa, you see that?
Surely they clear U-Haul, right? They don't.
А я две флешечки четких.
With the fake TP?
Fake teleport.
People are already getting way too good at the new Yoru. I think that we're gonna
Нормально, он его забайтил.
ranked now.
На фейк телепорт.
Man, she's 114.
Просто капец, эти телефоны стали похожи. А, вот этот, извини, слушай, я пропустил его. Ты про это сообщение, Варенчик? Ой-ой-ой, как же они ослеплены.
Time to jump.
You're an amazing guy. You're an amazing fountain right now. Wow.
Get me out of here, bro.
wisely, bro. Oh. Nice.
Unreal. Может там запреты какие-то были?
Yes.
For some reason, Yoru players get everyone excited on the team. Even the
Хорош.
simplest outplay and everyone's screaming.
Здорово. Что там турик? Да, давай чекнем. Тебе что, не нравится Йору игроки? Да. У них, наверное, какие-то знаешь, как сказать, каста киберспортсменов. То есть они рождаются и все, и с утра, и днем, и ночью у них есть на все это время, ничего не надо делать. То есть лишь бы вот ты только играл, сыночка. Когда не играешь, смотри стримы. Когда не смотришь стримы, смотри обучающие видео. И все по кругу.
As this retake is coming out from KC and Sentinels is stuck backside, watch Tens on that little mini map again because he's gone all the way up towards heaven and is.
А, вот, они уже играют, сейчас. Ребят, перемотал вперед.
Listen, there are no slouches on it either. It's the reason we were so excited about the map war heading into this one between both of these teams. We're seeing an interesting beginning. Already, it looks like it's gearing up for a lot of aggression out towards the middle.
Sentinels и Кармин Корп. Вот так вот. Команды называются, но KC так и называются KC. А SEN, Sentinels. Понятно, будем знать, как их звать. Следующая карта. Ту карту, напомню, выиграла команда SEN. У них играется Best of 3.
If that had been a tad earlier, KC probably would have stayed to try to take the fight, but now they're anticipating about mobility, Brendan. I feel like that's going to be key on both of these attack sides. I think with mobility comes confidence. You have to be confident to be able to make that play. Trust the call, take the swing, and so far...
Смотрите, C1 вообще на чеке остался, один на чеке Б, и трое принимают апленд. Но сейчас апленд перетягивается на Б, но видит, что никого нет, и возвращается. Там есть информация уже по смоку, вот он, да, смок лежит на миду. Еще второй смок кидают под команду, и апленд уже вышли. Нет, не вышли. Все ушли на Б, ребят. Дезинформация от меня. Занимают Б-плент и плентят уже. Такой интересный плент. С одной стороны, легко выбить, с другой стороны, нет. Ярик, не знаю, я думаю, через часика полтора-два.
Reposition up towards heaven. What a call made. Still nearsighted, blinded up, but narrate. He will fall. That prior damage done. Clearing him out into the site. It's getting dangerous. It's getting dicey. A little bit all over the place here. Damage just wandering right into him. Zelsis definitely doing it here with the players tickling down a wide face of Zelsis. There's no time left.
Просто без шансов раскатали пистолетку. Грамотный фейк, оттянули всех под А, сами вышли бы.
It's a weird smoke, one that they can dominate, not your standard smoke. They get inside of it very quickly and set up the on split to be able to win the post plant and secure a pistol. So neutralizing that early round aggression, playing a dynamic post plant that looked superb. You can only go for those plays if you're feeling really confident and very in sync with your teammates. I think that's been a clear difference today for SEN, and one to keep an eye on. I don't actually think that Martin can swing through this gap between the turret and the wall.
He can jump it.
Can he squeeze his little legs through?
Yeah, he's
can.
through, he's past it, but
And he's
Zelsis
dead.
is watching, yeah. Very aware of it. Now the door opens. Protocol to clear through C. Oh my.
Ой-ой.
Okay, could have got dangerous.
На крысу стоял, прикиньте.
Good though. Nade. Thomasy out wide. Take your pick. Do you die to the nade or do you die to us? And now just Shin left standing. I feel like I've been saying that quite a bit, but it is the eco round in early days.
SEN 2-0.
Still 2 in a row now for SEN.
Да, за атаку тут легко. Вот на 3 плентах легко, как говорится, этот. Карта, кстати, Лотус называется.
We're expecting this to be a pretty attack-sided map. Sentinels versus Heretics. That's exactly what we saw. Right, Heretics got up to a really big lead. I think it was an 8-4.
Ё-моё, Фира. Давай сейчас переключимся в игру.
Bring it back. Incredible attack sides, and both of these teams have been good in that situation.
Сейчас доиграю, дай хоть досмотрим катку.
They can't build some momentum here in the first half, but it is going to be very difficult for morale, for the way that they approach the map, for their confidence.
Pushing through with a prowler.
Давайте, вы стартуйте, я досмотрю и присоединюсь.
Paranoia and a satchel. Only grant some access to B main. The rest of the map not really being played. In fact, Carmen Corda wants to have taken a few liberties out towards a rubble. John hoping to spot it out with a jump spot, but there's a lot to account for. Here's the jump spot. Yeah.
Оттуда пулемет у него.
John not even really aware of the fact that they could have walked all the way back up there. So first kill. No direction. Similar scenes for Sentinels here, just to try and clear through the front section of C Mound.
And look how deep Tens is.
I mean, he's going walkabouts.
He could win this round for them despite being down 4v5.
Behind them, they don't seem to be aware of this at all.
Not even
Это
slightly.
С.
Rapid defensive protocols, a need to force these players out wide. The damage being done to them. The rate looking to the side. TP.
He missed the teleport.
Missed the TP. Shin. He catches him. Judge in the face. Second. To trade by every part of the definition. Prowler forwards, jumping. Damage.
Уже вся защита на С, да? Просто жестко, им надо было уходить.
I love the attempt though. I really respect it. It felt like there was serious danger in that round. The timing that Tens found was extraordinary, and I think possibly one of the reasons why John got a misread on what was the defensive setup looked like and just ended up.
Да, вот мне в КС это и не нравится, Ярик.
Two of the players both got seized there towards the back of the site.
Так мы сейчас пойдем скоро. Может, не пойдем. Если вы, вам по кайфу, идите сейчас. Может, я спать пойду, я еще. Не знаю, с утра стримлю, прикиньте, ребят. Уже устал. Тем более Фира.
Good plan, but well, Magnum's just out wide like that. There's no return of fire from Thomas. He can't take the fight and stand his ground, not with the Odin.
Oh, he's going to try and get in behind the showstopper engage here, instead of being a vulnerable victim on site.
Could be the danger zone still. Showstopper, Thomasy can't hit it. Spraying through near sighted with the Prowler. Second Forcer just fired a rocket blindly. Two players down now for Carmen Court. Do you really still choose to take this one, or do you choose to take the save? They're looking, hoping for a bit more. That's an odd one. Bouncing off the tile or something, but the orb still does the job. Cuts off that one sight line, and now it has to be the call, surely.
I think you got to save here.
Yeah, you have to. They look like they're still sticking around there. They want to make a go of it.
The economy on Shin and Thomasy is just not good enough to be able to go for this one, I don't think.
No. Now they're backing away.
And that's a huge win for SEN here. SEN, by the way, getting into their very standard post-plant setups, where they have Zekken up top, so they often tuck somebody in towards the box. They have a one-way smoke as well. And you can see here, that really is the crucial duel when Sassy is able to get that pick onto Tomashi.
Oh yeah.
That's the real one that matters.
It's astounding as well. I mean, the consistency with Zekken frying just builds up these ults like it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could see that the clear game plan there from KC was, we're going to fight over ult orbs on both sides of the map. So they had a triple player over towards C, fighting very heavy for mount control, because that's where they...
Забивной лунтик, Ярик.
And then they had a crossfire setup, but it just ended up with Magnum kind of wandering around in the open. He missed the timing, didn't tuck, couldn't play the cross with Tomashi properly. Ended up giving away his life a little too freely. And Zekken has started this map, much as he started the other one, dominating.
Just rolling. Fighting a test over the A rubble control. Sentinel's happy to concede it. So Carmen Core going to just place Shin into that forward angle. He's going to be getting a lot of mid-round information for his team. Lots of juicy tidbits that Magnum could use.
Так напиши, какая разница, давай хоть поржем.
these are the situations on defense where it's so difficult to get a read on where the attacking team is going to end, especially if they have a really competent IGL like John Cutie. So this is going to be a lineup to try to clear out Shin if he was playing behind Rubble or on top of it. But Shin is playing that jump spot angle a little further forwards. So he's not really going to get caught by this.
Might even get value.
I mean, he's in a very exposed spot.
Really pressing forwards, now has to respect it. I mean, he was just trying to get ahead of the wall, so they couldn't lurk out, but now
Понятно.
away. Few stray shots.
And this is where KC start to lack information. 45 seconds. They know that Sen might be pressuring A, but are they really there? Is it a fake commitment?
Crossfire. Not even quite. I mean, Martin's just trying to play, weaving in and out of this wall, see if he can get that time with the door.
It looks like a fake. I mean, Martin's seen that there's nobody really pushing off the back of this.
Yeah, it's not really going to be calling as well for the rotations here. Paranoia forwards. Martin can't do the same.
Ой, Кесера. Тен законтролил его, прикинь.
Is this going to end B? Straight into Shin.
Could have been a difference maker.
Шин -2. Сейси разменял. Да я. Поддержка Сейси.
Forwards, pressing forwards. The players, they're dropping all over the place. The time pressure maybe just getting to them nerves, getting frantic for Carmine Core.
Those are the kind of confidence moments that I'm talking about, where it feels like Sen are very strong in those kind of spots. You see second or tens in a situation like that.
2 в 2. Красавчик.
They're taking the fight. Feels a little more tender.
Это получается 1 в 2.
And they're getting caught out.
Когда Кваджа.
Clearance by Magnum. And it does look like that at the moment. You see Sen are fired up. They believe that they have had the most difficult run. I mean, their run kickoff through the play-ins. Their run here, fighting against Heretics, then fighting against Carmine Corp. Two big
Уничтожать.
coming up from EMEA. You got to think as well. I mean, you got two of those teams in the EMEA. It's only EMEA and Americas who are winning the titles.
Yep.
Two of the potential strongest teams at this event they've had to go up against early.
We're gonna win this game.
And Kaplan clearly not happy in the interview at the arrival.
Бля, болельщики там волну какую делают. Вон, видишь, на фоне.
I saw him at breakfast. I don't think he got sleep.
No, I mean, he's come in here, and I feel like the whole team has just got.
Реально трибуны, стадион.
They do. I mean, they're fired up. There's a certain rage about it with the way that they're carrying themselves in this one. They are determined. Doesn't matter how many obstacles you throw up in their face. Doesn't matter if you give them the #1 seed, the #2 seed, the EMEA. They don't care. They're on a warpath right now, and their goal is the playoffs.
I remember, this map tends to be attack-sided, so they need to be stacking up as many rounds as they possibly can. Carmine Corp are no slouches. Assuming that KC don't get mentally boomed here, they will still probably put up a good attack side themselves. So you can't let off the gas.
What is this cooking? Okay. Fast play, Paranoia.
Ну, тут уже поджали, знаешь, что они либо Б, либо С будут выходить. Ой, либо С, либо А. Но они обратно пушат под С, хотя в С принимают их трое. Есть размен. Тенс дает минус.
Two players that were dominating the duels on split, Tens and Zekken, just continue. Anytime you see them in a duel, obviously here it's against the Sheriff, but it just has tracked all series long.
Все, давайте, Ярик. Успешных каток.
The way they're swinging it, you know they expect to win it too. It's been monstrous.
There's none of that swinging into crowd spray, uncertainty with your aim, your own abilities.
Он как я стреляет. Да, Сен жестко берут раунд за раундом. Родион, Ярик тебя зовет, если что.
We don't know that, right? Sen didn't look like they put together too much defense on the last time that we saw them play Lotus, but their players were still good enough in the game against Heretics to give them rounds every now and then, which was more than you saw on the other side. They're a very dangerous team. Even if they're getting outplayed in the macro, even if the map doesn't lend itself to
Киллджойка такая со своим роботом. Б хотят выходить, прикиньте. Видите, на шифтах, всю карту проходят на шифтах и готовятся к выходу, ребят, просто.
Acknowledged, yeah, beef on the movement. Massive one, in fact. He sees tethered to the spot, rooted down. Won't be getting value with that. In fact, the second one, I think, a refind into this.
That's wild. That is wild.
The nade, unfortunate.
And I said beef on the movement, but I think Zekken threw a blast pack to disrupt that, and the Seas came through afterwards as well.
A little bit unlucky towards the end there. I think that nade was meant to be tucked into the corner.
5 в 5, вообще никого не разменяли. Откидывались только. Расшатали оборону и начали под А выходить. И так получилось, что на А все равно двое так и принимают. Да, хорошо приняли Кейси. Киллджой с одной и с другой стороны, да, есть? Да. Видите, как сетапы подобраны? Вообще зеркально, зеркально, ребят. Просто зеркальные сетапы. Прикиньте.
Tense as well, holding the TP as well, making sure they can get straight back into the fight. He's forwards, into the corner, barely expecting it, but it's traded almost rapidly on the approach. A counter pit, online, layers it forwards, and Common Core have got the players, they've got the bodies, they just need to win, and they're going to get it, the round.
Раунд Кейси, да, выигрывают, прикиньте, 5-2 сейчас становится. Да, у всех есть Рейна, у всех есть вот это вот N48. Просто одинаковые зеркальные сетапы, я в шоке. Типа играют. О, хорошо, да. Кейси команду показали.
Satchels through for Zekken. It's fast and double satchels, both being used to punish potentially. All from Tenzi's just taken out.
Completely punished.
Bullet to the dome is all it takes, and yeah, that's the punishment of sticking that one. I suppose he thought it was clear. Door opened up, rotating now, calling. Pivot, getting a move on, out towards the seaside. Now it is entirely open. Util still going to be used to clear it. There was a Seas and a Nana Swarm. It's going to be completely given up, in fact.
Now the question is, what kind of post-plant aggression do we see here from SEN? I felt like on Split, their post-plant aggression was timed well. They played together.
SEN planted на С.
Here we see John with a bit of a timing.
4 в 5 они. Ой-ой-ой, 1 в 1 размен сейчас, но уже больше преимущества получается у Кейси. 4 в 3 они остаются. Кейси еще один раунд лутают. 3-5.
That's more like it. That's what you got to see from KC when they were playing in EMEA. Coordinated on the retake. I was worried just for a moment when they lost track of where the final player was and one went to check waterfall of the other mound. But they got the play there. The punish onto Tens through a snakebite nanoswarm to stop the rest of the team coming in, isolate Tens, get the swing and punish. Very nice from KC, and they follow up. 2 rounds back to back now puts KC in a much better position. And the ults still nowhere near for Sentinels after that huge explosive round in round 7 where both teams utilized the entire war chest.
Follow from the Prowlers, just a handshake there, front section of B.
С Оумен поджал сейчас инфа о том, что только Б выход. Плюс этот.
Now you can see pings here though. They're getting ready to put pressure B and actually crush this C setup. Shin has got to be so worried about this.
И сейчас на С будет выход. Омен там в песках один зажат. Омен отдает ТП. ТП в С. Кейси успешно принимают этот выход. Но.
Opportunism, looking to take the timings, even if they're not playing together. KC find themselves in another 5v3, very similar to round 7.
Easy as it goes, forwards, past it, tens. Tethered to the floor, can't see.
Гля, вы видите, как они контрят друг друга? Вы знаете, что туда может выйти, просто тот тиммейт бегает боком к тому месту, и он его прикрывает. Просто вот такая игра, ребят.
Yeah. KZ finding that mid-round aggression. Sure, the previous was taken with that punish onto tens, but they found themselves the player advantage situations so many times in the last 3 rounds. That's one of the biggest reasons why they're able to actually win them. They're able to find a double kill that comes out from Tomashi, then they get the punish onto tens, and in this round, it was such a nice audible called by Martin there and Narrate, deciding to take the swing through, using Shin almost as bait over towards C. It's pre-planned or called on the fly. Shin was completely alone on C. I mean, this team is big brain enough that they might have set that up as a bit of a fake there, like, oh, look, we're playing Mound, come and punish us. Either way, lovely setup by KC. And you were asking a question earlier, Bren, as we go into this Sentinels timeout. How many rounds does KC need on their defense side? Because this is generally an attack-sided map. And I think now that they've got 4, you're feeling relatively comfortable, even if SEN take all the rest.
At minimum.
A4 half, you can definitely come back from that on Lotus.
You can work with that.
You need things to go right for you, obviously. You need, you know, either a pistol or to start rolling with the rifle rounds and get the ults online. It's not a given, but there is actually reason to celebrate for the KC fans right now.
I'm not even watching a game. I mean, obviously there's not a game going on right now, but they're all facing away from the screens.
Да, все в шоке. Фаны Кейси, поняли? Волну, короче, пускают.
Maybe that?
Yeah, the loudest per capita, but there's a lot of SEN fans here too.
There are.
Yeah, I mean, I like that the desk threw the KC versus Sentinels on the English broadcast, by the way. Just ruining.
А тем временем 4-5. Кейси начинает уверенно забирать раунд за раундом.
15% of you think KC is going to win. That's funny.
Do that Kamido's chat, see what happens. See what happens. Telling you, probably 100%, but...
Zekken now has a judge. Does this mean we're getting into something a little more pacey?
He's got Proas, that double satchel plays, can really take the space quite rapidly. This time, again, a lot of players are Carmen Court. Grouped up behind Mound, looking to try and fight this one eager, in fact.
That one Prowler makes them think that it's going to be the split push again.
Open the door. They're trying to get proactive just in case to punish those players.
Yeah.
Nice idea as well. Shin using his second smoke, but here we go. Follow-up fight. Now he doesn't have a smoke for the one-way here. Paranoia is excellent. They're all grouped up right towards the back TP on top.
That's amazing.
Тенс дает -2, прикинь.
Terrifying.
What an angle to find.
All the way forwards, judge in hand, Shin. It's away with it. Still, reinforcements arriving. Narrate can't withstand it though, the pressure. It's too much, it's immense. This man is a thing of nightmares.
The mobility, the confidence, both working in.
Ой, Тенс смог нашил. Магома нехило.
One left standing, the counterpart on the Omen. He knows Shin is around, he knows Shin is lurking.
1 в 4 остается. Шин. Его контрят просто отовсюду. Он на отходе попытается пару девайсов вытянуть, мне кажется. Но они будут уходить туда, куда безопасно. Он спалился и ушел. Просто везде смоки лежат. Вот так вот.
And it really is terrifying what Tense is able to do on Omen. It's fit him like a glove, this new role. Oh yeah.
Ну ТП от Омана четко.
Very true. Keep the rifle going.
Now in that round
round, there was still a little bit of danger, right? I mean, Shin got the pick onto Tens. If Narrate had been able to punish Tens too, Shin got the pick onto Zekken. If Narrate had been able to punish Tens, maybe KC could have come out with something.
Мне интересно, почему они все на одинаковых чемпах зеркально играют?
Cacophony is building here in the Madrid arena.
A SEN fight for rubble control, something they have not been doing very much of. Zelsis quite far away. His lockdown could be a large entry piece of utility, but they could also save it for post, as Zekken now had Showstopper online too. Narrate with a swing.
See what he end up using. Bots?
Now, that is going to tell Zekken there's a player that... Decided not to use the ult though, just taking space on site.
There's a chance of it. Everyone setting up from Carmen Core side. Backwards, spots ahead, vulnerable.
You should run.
Look how nicely though they've saved all of this utility for the post plant here. Sure, the spike.
Смотрите, они уже вышли на А, сейчас будут плентить, но тут уже эту А осадили просто со всех сторон. И в итоге все с респа будут отыгрывать. С КТ-респа, прикиньте. Ну куда-то идут.
Nasty shot, nasty business. Here, Tens will fall. Perfect. Magnum through the back now, and the site control gained here, close to the corner.
Ай-яй, по углам начал мешать.
The trade sticking now, Thomasy onto it, but destroyed. Spam through the
Ой-ой-ой.
Two players caught. Surely that's the fuser now. Another tap from Magnum, but it's just him. 1v1. Him versus Zelsis. Sticking. Have on it all the way through the defuse. Zelsis.
Магнум подумал раздефьюзит. Не-не. Сен чекнул, думает, что-то подозрительно, дядь. Что-то подозрительно. Ну ладно, радуюсь я тому, что забирают раунды Сен.
So many of these post plants are set up with two layers from Sentinels. A few players playing further forward to draw all of that utility, and then a few players further back playing the spam game.
Ой, смог чисто нашил.
Same thing when it's planted over towards C. You have Tens in a more advanced position on top of the box. A few players playing out towards Mount. It works all across their map pool. Get straight back into things. No early fight over towards Rubble though. KC dominate that area early on. Open the door. And that is going to tell John right at the beginning that it was heavy rubble control.
But they didn't use a nade. There was no signs of life from Martin, so they might think it's only two.
Ну по С идут, там на С один enemy.
On either side, you can see it, the territory being slowly gained.
Sassy taps the orb.
О, ну уже подтянулась туда. Помощь им. Какой же раскид филигранный просто идет и встречный на самом деле.
Potential for the retake. Still that danger with the showstopper in the back.
Ой-ой.
No way.
That's just spam.
Narrate finding it onto Tens. Beautiful first kill for them, and this is going from bad to worse really for Sentinels here. They still can't get a safe plant down. Util flying through along with the rocket. Martin. Unfortunate really not to get that one. Satchel through into the back, pushing his teammates right into forwards. Magnum.
Ой, благодаря вот этим минусам от Магнума и N48.
But everyone's there to collect it out. And so a 7-5 half. Carmen Core, a sneaking suspicion that they're going to be happy with it.
Жестко, жестко.
Very happy. That's an extremely solid defense side, powered by those retakes. I mean, don't let the technicality fool you. They flooded back in there using their same retake setups, and the timing for Magnum to swing around the side when the rest are putting pressure up on top, it all worked really well.
Signs of life from Carmen Core. Really excellent stuff on their retakes all around here. Still a steady lead for Sentinels. A steady lead, I should say.
Так,
Send it down.
да, ребят, жестко. Пауза небольшая.
On the floor, and I'm joined by Mama Zekken and Mama Tens. Give it up for the parents. Los Madres. Mama Zekken, we saw you in Americas cheering on your son. Now you're here in Madrid cheering on your son. How does it feel to be able to travel the world and support your son as he pursues his dream?
I feel like I'm the happiest mom in the world. Woo!
Amen to that, sister. I love that. And Mama Tens, I found out this is the first time that you've ever watched your son play on stage. How has the experience been? All the fans here in this building.
It's been amazing, incredible. It's a dream come true. I met so many amazing fans of his.
Что там по паузе у нас? Сен выиграли первую карту и пока лидируют на второй.
Yes, it's beautiful here. First time to Europe.
First time to Europe, everybody. Wow. All right. Mama Zekin, how has the Madrid experience been for you as well?
Mi amor en Madrid.
I mean, she's the best hype man in the biz right here, baby. Let's just send it back to the casters, get this party rolling. Give it up one more time, guys.
Oh my. That is one hell of a way to get the crowd on your side.
Do we need to pick her up for the broadcast?
Yeah, a bit of crowd work.
Yeah.
Oh my,
Keep Golden Boy off. I want to see grand finals. Mama Zekin out there hyping up the crowd because I mean I'm loving the hype though because this match is delivering so far.
Oh, yeah.
We got to see excellence from Sentinels when it came to split. It was close in the first half and then they pulled away. And I think KC may have done enough here to feel confident going into the second half of Lotus. Doesn't mean they're going to win. Doesn't mean they're even favored. But when you look at what's on the board, 5 rounds on defense, normally KC very good on attack. You've got to be feeling good.
Definite chances. Stay in the series. They have a chance of things here, but players are grouped up and they're meeting side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Prowler will it afford anything? Right into the face. There's a satchel. Martin, not even with a shorty, but he will go down. And Anna Swarm's tearing him to shreds.
And KC decide not to commit off the back of that. Certainly Sentinels getting surprised by how deep KC got before the trap play.
И продолжают они выходить там, где их уже ждут.
But there are a lot of players still here on the season.
Они могли спокойненько себе стянуться, а не выходить вот так вот на 4 ствола.
What a peak. Sakama Core classic, and it just got it. Look at themselves.
Это же пистолетка, йоу.
Really nice. All of that fundamental prowess that we saw from KC being demonstrated here. Certainly warming up into the tournament. Starting to showcase the strengths of what made them a team to be feared. This pistol round was a great call coming out from Magnum. As long as they can secure things, and John Cuties denied the miracle, they'll be feeling, again, really good about their chances.
Doesn't have the tools for it. I mean, a lot of players weak narrate
Ой-ой.
to put an end to it. So pistol round.
На рейд ставят нормально.
You know, as long as things go correctly, end up being that 7-7 equalization.
And that's Magnum that actually gets the kill there, but there's so many little set plays that we saw from KC when they were playing in EMEA, things like that. Doubling up and setting up, you know, maybe a high-low setup or a jump peak, and the second player swings in.
Интересно, чей это пик? Карта Lotus.
Now we see Magnum picking up the Outlaw, actually. Nobody on SEN buying armor, of course. Not going for that force buy.
Few pieces of util.
And how many times have we seen this in the series? No real possibility for the team that lost the pistol to do anything because both teams just kind of rotate around each other. I feel like every time
Если план...
the pistol, we've seen this in
Ого,
the series so
на
far.
плант выходит на С.
Dodging that variance.
Жестко. Вышли, их вообще даже не чекали. Ну, тебе нереально будет выбивать в команде защиты.
And now, once you get the plant down this easily, you have the mental bandwidth to start thinking about how do we.
Да, информация очень важна, ребят.
Right, so do we want to try to
Просто реально важна.
because he's already halfway. We want to try to prioritize Martin, perhaps. These kind of things you can really start to ponder. But there is still pressure here onto Tomashi.
In fact, SEN are committing utility into this. The things they really did purchase and buy. They've squeezed the players out towards Mound. Time ticking away, running short. Free clearance, called by Carmen Core. So right through the back there, and Sentinels realize that there's really no chance of this. They're making another call now, moving their way forwards.
And I think just looking to try to die to Spike here. But Sassy is going to take a little bit of a time in.
Players are caught out in the open. They're going to be able to die to the spike. Yep. Okay.
So, really
SEN
successful
погибли.
there, to be honest, from Sentinels. Not allowing KC to get close to any of the large ultimates. And that's very important. Lotus, I think, more than any map in the pool right now, is so ult cycle dependent. especially with it being attack sided and both
7-7.
being accessible to the attackers too.
Кейси берут раунд за раундом в атаке. Смотрите, как они думают. Они, наверное, сейчас опять С пойдут. Там одна киллджойка их будет принимать.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. 4 players that would die in one shot to Magnum. There's that extra danger. So you can see the decision making being used here by Carmen Court. This smoke setup as well just allows them to hide, play not quite an anti-flash position, but at least hiding from the initial haunt. If there is a
Они перетянули команду с аплента, смотрите, как это работает, да? То есть сейчас уже все под Б и С. И сейчас надо было бы принимать решение уходить на А. Я думаю, именно это и будут делать сейчас. Кейси очень грамотно они прям уходят на другой плент. И тут они выходят вообще на плент практически без сопротивления, ребят. Nobody home, да, даже комментатор английский это подметил.
I mean, SEN are basically just playing rotate through spawn right now. They're not trying to, anticipate this so much as just rotate. No way. Don't know what gave that one away. Still, it's a kill. All Sentinels. First kill going their way. They've anticipated this pivot. Yeah, they're looking for it and expecting it. Out towards
Спайк на Б уводят.
Up into heaven.
А Б как раз готовы принять, потому что на все-таки не перетянулись до конца. Как же они делают эти минуса? -3 просто при приеме Б. И Тенс не оставляет шансов, делает еще один минус. Шина. Мне кажется, Шин и Тенс одни из самых сильных игроков. И причем оба на Омане играют. Короче, скорее всего, они тут в топе, ребят. Жестко, ребят. Сен забирает 8-й раунд, и счет становится 8-7. Была такая ничья потенциально у нас, но, как говорится, Сен исправили ситуацию в свою пользу, и можно чуть-чуть передохнуть. Но расслабляться нельзя, ребят. Видите, что происходит? Какой выход просто на мид, какая встреча. На С киллджойка не перетянулась, она одна будет сейчас принимать. 2 игрока на А. И смотрите, они все равно шифтуют, ребят. Просто шифтуют. Из-за этого игрок не может СА стянуться, потому что здесь никто никого не слышал. Там киллджой с пулеметом. -2 дает киллджой, тем самым оставляя шанс своей команде.
Pulling out that util early, now backs away with the rest of his team so he can play side by side, shoulder to shoulder, Sentinels. This is Carmen Core, comes down to the fundamentals, comes down to the aim, the battle.
Ой-ой, Сен дают 2 минуса. Киллджойка еще один минус дает в ответ, и в итоге Сенс успевают дефьюзить. Это 9-й раунд, они выигрывают. Ребят, неужели Сен в одну калитку заберут? По 2 картам. Не сохранится никакой интриги, что ли? Да, Магнум там воевал до конца. Спору нет.
But that is 2 huge rounds in a row from SEN. One, to make sure that they didn't take any damage from the bonus round, and the other, to knock the economy of KC. If we're talking about Lotus being attack side, being momentum based, well, SEN have just stolen
Тип там вообще в умате, видели?
Essentially back-to-back gun rounds being won from the retake protocols. Not just that, I mean, they've earned themselves up to some pretty serious ults.
Не пойму, что у них за мониторы, почему 4 на 5?
Zeken's not having a world-class game, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's sitting at 9 and 12, but he's doing his job and he's doing it well.
Yeah, I feel like though TenZ has been that guy. Oh yeah. From map 1 to map 2, TenZ performance has been amazing. When they need him to get aggressive, like for example in that retake, John Cutie survives on the other side of the map. There's a Viper orb up in the middle of sight. They pop it up. That allows TenZ to only focus
9-7. Кейсы также продолжают в атаке.
Again, fighting off the back of John's utility. Bada bing, bada boom. He can do it all. You need an Omen entry? Call me up. That's TenZ, man.
Смогут ли они все-таки перевернуть эту игру?
It really is.
Интрига остается. Ой, тут уже от SEN поджимчик. Они решили не так пассивно играть.
And you either need a really good set play to be able to push this one across the line, or you're looking to try and, do damage to the economy and draw out ultimates. Certainly B is the best site to fight with these more close-range weapons, like Magnum Stinger and Judge. They haven't cleared Martin.
Ой-ой-ой, TenZ минус 2. Как он там отстрелялся, вот находясь здесь. TenZ минус 3. Хорошо, слушайте. Как он среагировал влево-вправо. Просто.
But he got blinded up, and I don't think he realized that people were pushing through the door on him. He probably had a couple freebies, but great adjustment from the Phantom TenZ. They completely neutralized that round. This very reminiscent, actually, of one of the earlier rounds that we saw from KC, where Martin and Narrate pushed out through B, trying to find that timing. And here, Sentinels on defense, being proactive, clearing out that area in the mid-round and catching KC before they could set up.
Aiming to win that fight out, but they don't actually have anything planned for the Hornets.
Походу на голимых разрешениях реально лучше летит, если чемпы играют на таких. Это выход А у нас полностью, уже пошел раскид, посмотрите, что происходит.
Just hoping that the reinforcements arrive, but he backs himself into a deeper position, tucked to the back, still danger, vulnerable, no way in hell, Zeken showstopper, but his players right behind him, they don't have a clue.
Ой, хорошая позиция была сейчас у Шина.
In this round, it could go in any direction.
And the rate is still struggling to get the plant down.
Some of these fights, the way it goes, I mean, flip a coin, a better chance of guessing. Still up onto the ropes, that's Shin. Forwards. Do SEN expect it? Do SEN expect it? Do they expect it? They do not, John. Brought down. Angles watched. Forwards now. Sassy keen to take the fight, keen to trade it out. Through the box though. Couple of straight bullets and Sassy's dropped down. Everybody watching.
Ай-яй-яй, Сэй сейчас мог вообще сделать момент. Вдвоем остались игроки Кейси, и 8-й раунд они забирают. Ребят, я же говорю, тяжело SENу будет мотивированно сейчас забрать эту карту и перевернуть вообще игру и взять себе шанс все-таки на победу. Видите, с какими сумасшедшими разрешениями? Глянь, на квадратном монике вообще играет.
Martin builds it up. Has the rocket. Prowler, Boombot. Let's wait for Util to dissuade it with the nanoswarms. Both of them being deaded, and Celsius putting the Odin to good work. Look at that. Spraying through into the angle. Timing. Both double swinging through, but they're vulnerable up now. The nade goes flying forwards. Connection.
Ой, Мартин как убивает гранатой. При выходе С. 5-4 остаются Кейси. Плент они ставят. Поставлен плент на С.
And they still have Martin's showstopper to work with.
Surely they win it. Well, looks incredibly favoured. At least with the ults. Horns. What's the back? Sentinels are already in. Showstopper. No one to break it. Couldn't let loose with the Prowler defuse.
Консультуем, да.
Into it, it's a gamble. John QT. He finds it still.
Сен дает минус Мартин.
Did he really have? They got to play it side by side. Time working against them. Paranoia 10's waiting for the timing. Flips the switch and now moves forward. But so do Carmen Core. So do Carmen Core.
КС дает минус за минусом. Просто нереально. И это 9-й раунд для КС. И игра снова становится очень близкой.
Well played by KC. Adapting to what TenZ was trying to go for. Sentinels, you could see, were expecting KC to have already fallen back to Mound. They thought that they had the site roughly for free as soon as Martin got picked off after using his showstopper. That was not the case. Both teams really messing with expectations. And it's Celsius, a headshot through the wall there that actually sets up the nade kill. A little unfortunate. But both of these teams are looking sharp. It's mind games on mind games in these retake post-plant situations. But Celsius once more has been left alone over towards C. And KC, like 5 hungry wolves staring towards a snack on the C site.
Just that, I mean, vacuuming up these orbs. Granted and given the C mound area basically every single time. There's no plan in action for Sentinels. They did manage to take rubble over towards 8. So they've got 10s posted.
And we haven't actually seen TenZ in this position before. We know that KC have got protocols to clear this out. We just haven't seen the fight actually occur. Do they believe that TenZ is not on top of rubble because they've seen Zeka?
They're not going to use a volley to clear it.
3 врага вообще сейчас пода. Кейси будут перетягиваться опять и выходить С. А почему нет? С у них получалось. Там сейчас одна Сейдж. Сейдж же это, правильно? Зеленое подружание. Ой-ой-ой, Джон. Дает один минус, дает.
What chances do they have? What is the call to be made out forwards in front of it? Lucky to be alive. Still smokes on smokes. Who knows which direction this one's going to go into with a nightfall now. They don't know anything.
Ой, Магнум минус 3, и TenZ минус 1.
And through eventually removing that pesky problem that is the IGL. 2 players forwards. The rate has fallen. Shen last alive. John QT miraculous with the move.
Просто делает раунд. Успевает вроде бы раздефьюзить, ребят. Джон QT. Просто 11-9. Вот этот накал в этой карте.
They've often been using Tomashi's smoke to be able to get into the C site, and John QT just reads that for the first kill. And a little whiffy towards the end from Narrate and Shin. Otherwise, Magnum had given them an opportunity. Devastation for Zeish. So 2 rounds ahead again. Maintaining the lead are Sentinels.
Yusha making the difference in so many of these moments. Acro game being called from either of these sides. It's a good one. Both the IGLs going to be working overtime to try and get that edge.
Into C again.
Celsius.
Да, снова на С пошли.
There was a chance he could have been punished, but safety for now at least. But the snake bite fades. And here's the things. Prowler, Satchels up above, doesn't expect it. Stinger, exactly where it's favored. Close quarter combat. They don't have to sight just yet. They know what John QT is. John needs some help. John needs some help here. Swinging wide. Sassy will be punished for it. Casualty. Line of fire and a line of action here. It is a bit futile is what it feels like. Carmen Core only just getting ground underneath them. Plant, Paranoia, that forces it out, and a satchel forward, smoke fading away.
Мартин еще минус 2. Что, есть будет?
We'll do it. John QT spotted 1v3. Spotted and shut down.
Да. 11-10, ребят, 11-10.
Tomashi is one away from being able to get his pit online. So they can't just allow him to go for the plant. They're forced to go aggressive. This entry, excellent from Martin, and wasn't really expected in this spot. But yeah,
Неожиданное место эти ящики.
run into Martin's Odin here because they need to deny the plant, otherwise they're going to be retaking into a pit. Unfortunately, they lose the round anyway, and now Tomashi has pit up for the next, and Sentinel's economy is getting stretched. I mean, look at this. Tens is at the top of the scoreboard, and my man's about to come into this round with a Sheriff.
Sheriff and half armor, Guardians, I mean, a few rifles, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's...
I'm gonna need someone to drop him a gun.
At least.
I mean, I know that he can get work done with the Sheriff, but you want to put your players that are in the aggressive positions in the best position possible. And here we see Sentinel's coaching staff taking the time out, because this is crunch time. They have a chance here of being able to
Кейс, наверное, взяли. Тайм-аут, сейчас тебе пироженку еще принесу как раз.
Book their spot into playoffs, set themselves up, potentially as tournament favorites, if they make it through Heretics and KC playing like this. Other teams will certainly be having words about that, but there would be little to doubt if they could close things out here.
Most people ahead of this tournament, Carmen Core Sentinels penned in as most likely finalists, really. The two teams that look the strongest coming into this event.
Been a banger of a game so far.
Yeah, so back and forth.
But I think you kind of have to favor KC's chances of being able to pull this round across the line. Now, C's fade combo, C's nade combo, very possible here.
Not using it. Fawn though, again, nothing to deal with that one. Not sure what
А,
that
что
lineup is.
продолжается игра?
It's a different lineup actually. Sassy was throwing it previously from B, now throwing it from A. Still not getting broken.
Я пироженку взял.
Perfectly happy to follow that trail of noise. They've stacked it with a lot of their players. Prowler forwards, Martin satcheled in to clear that space and take up control of Tree. With them breaking the Prowler really does feel like an A hit, and it might still be so. Sees nade. Wrong timing taken for it. Guess what? They want to go forwards. Second. That's a snake bite that takes him down.
There's so many layers to that.
It really is. First wave of util, second with the paranoia and with the satchel. That has really put Sentinels in the driving seat.
But Magnum broke the alarm bot on B. No response from anybody there, so he's calling to narrate that B may be clear. Is Tomashi gonna try to fake this with a pit or something? What a KC cooking. They had a free B site to go for, and they're still going A.
Coming in, Ten just walks forwards for the information. He's brought down 3 versus 3 still. 2 players at the back of the site. What is it called? Double face! And straight through and down. Equal parts.
Нормально, 2 минуса. 3 в 1 остаются.
In a 1v3.
Сцены.
To avoid his team being put on map point, on series point.
He's worried about Zelsis, but Zelsis is still tethered to his turret. 15 seconds less, 10. Just no chance, surely.
Anything taps it, hoping that a few of these players will be out wide and open. Unbelievable! This time! Unbelievable!
Просто минус 2. И 1 в 1 остается сейчас. Плач 1 в 3 берет. Ребята, нереально. Просто нереально.
Narrate somehow saving his team. How does he line this one up? Unreal.
Get out of here. I mean, what was that? 0.3 on the timer or what? I don't even know.
Everything stacked against him.
No way. I mean, barely containing the edge, just like, okay, I'll be the stoic one.
Somehow, Eng expects that, apparently.
Yeah, not shocked.
Благодаря этому Кейси берет 11-й раунд. У них снова, ребятки, есть шанс забрать эту карту и дотянуть нас на следующую.
And the ults are all in favor of KC, really. There are still ults over on the side of SEN too. Do they choose to use them?
They're hard stacking. There's 5 players. I don't know what gives this read away. It just seems to be a gamble. Zelsis forwards.
Tens is set up for a paranoia. Are they going to try to clear this?
Yes, they're going to be trying to fight this one. Paranoia.
Ой-ой-ой, смотрите, просто 5 в 5, 5.
Tags it in the smoke forward. Sancho's backwards, a boundless second. He let the rocket loose. And Sentinels, no way. From the jaws of defeat, they're trying to take it back. Magnum has taken so much damage in the mix of things. 3 HP. Spike retrieved. Backing away, not quite. It's dropped down. And Sentinels out of nowhere.
Хорош. Тенс тащит этот раунд. Просто сумасшествие там происходит в зале, мы слышим. Счет 12-11, ребят, очень четко.
Utility in their hands, ready to exec, and SEN, the aggression pays off big time.
Нехило, ребят.
Bigger moment to slam the pressure back into KC. We're into this, the final round of regulation. It's already here. Shambolic buy for KC.
It's bottom of the barrel. That's all they're working with. It's desperation. Individuals need to step up to even stand a chance of staying in this series.
Emotional roller coaster doesn't even begin for the players there on stage. You go from elation to devastation.
Оман там ТПшкой ушел.
Prowler connected. Gives them that space freely. Carmen Cordo spike in a different direction. Now Shin does have his ult. There's a chance he can pivot.
Один фейкует на С дальше, пытается оттянуть. И да, оттягивается чуть команда SEN. И тем временем шифтят, смотрите, под А. На остается один игрок, и походу это будет выход А. Хороший фейк сейчас от команды. От команды Кейси, они выходят все-таки на А и ставят бомбу.
Sticking it, Shin backing away, Pit will stay up, and this retake is happening at a blistering pace. Forwards, Zelsis dominating the angles, one tap to force out the util, but this could be it. All on the line for Carmen Core, and the calls are being made here, fighting up close, fighting forwards, all tucked away, Zelsis! The hopes and dreams ripped to pieces, Shin desperate for it, tens forwards, and it could come down to anything, Domazi. No chance. Sentinels have done it. The #1 seed taken out. SEN City here to...
Поздравляем команду SEN, точнее. Жестко они раскатали Кейси. Забрали сложную карту, Лотос. Счет 12. 12-10, да? Тап хотелось нажать.
SEN denies KC their spot in playoffs for now. This team still with options being able to make it through our Swiss stage, but the path for them continues. #1 seed of Americas taking out the win against the winners of EMEA kickoff. And what a game it was.
Oh yeah.
SEN definitely the better team there on split, but a hair's breadth between them on Lotus.
I mean, the smallest of differences. I was convinced we were going to be seeing bind. I was convinced it looked like it was preordained, man. But it's Sentinels moving forwards in the playoffs. They'll be happy for
Да, ребятки, вот так вот. Ну ладно, вот такой стримчик получился. Посмотрели мы эту каточку, четко. Но я скоро сам присоединюсь в VALORANT, поэтому, ребят, спасибо всем, кто залетел. Всех обнял. До встречи.
And you've got to be thinking they're looking like one of the favorites to be able to take the entire thing, because chewing through, and listen, they had some